University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Two of the younger teams in the competition play each other tonight with a place in the second round for whichever can display a knowledge beyond their years. Both teams will know that while winning is the aim, losing with a score that's among the 4 highest losing scores in these first-round matches will bring them back for a final chance to qualify for the second round. Now, the idea for a university at York was first mooted in 1617, but civil wars, parliamentary interference and the establishment of a university at Durham all conspired to thwart the plan until the appearance of the Robbins Report in the 1960s, placing it among those known as the plate glass universities. Alumni include the journalist Kevin Maguire, the writers Graham Swift, Anthony Horowitz and Helen Dunmore, the media mogul Greg Dyke and the politicians Harriet Harman and Una King. Representing around 17,000 students and with an average age of 21, let's meet the York team.
Hi, my name is Niels Boonder. I'm from Leiden in the Netherlands and I'm studying history.
Hello, I'm Danny Bates. I'm from South Norfolk and I'm studying linguistics.
And their captain?
Hello, I'm William Blackett from Sunderland and I'm studying history.
Hello, I'm Francesco Palazzo. I'm from London and North Yorkshire and I'm studying medicine at Hull York Medical School.
St Edmund Hall, Oxford, is first documented in 1317, although its establishment predates that, making it one of the oldest surviving academic societies to house and educate undergraduates. Named after St Edmund of Abingdon, a former Archbishop of Canterbury, its alumni include the comedians Terry Jones, Emma Kennedy and Stuart Lee, the journalist Samira Ahmed and the politician Keir Starmer. Representing around 650 students with an average age of 19, let's meet the St Edmund Hall team.
Hello, I'm Agastya Pesharadi. I'm originally from India, but I grew up in Basel, Switzerland, and I'm reading material science.
Hello, I'm Marceline. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm reading economics and management.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Freddie Leo. I'm from Berlin, Germany, and I'm studying history.
Hello, I'm Lizzie Fry. I'm reading geography, and I'm from Worcestershire.
Well, you all know the rules. So fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10 points. What 4-letter place name element appears at the end of the Armenians' name for their own country and of a historical name for India? In English, it's plural.
St Edmund Hall, Pisharodi.
Stan.
Stan is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on winners of the BAFTA Television Craft Award for Best Comedy Writing. Firstly, Rob Delaney and Sharon Horgan won in 2016 for which series in which they play a couple thrust together when Horgan's character becomes pregnant from their initial brief fling?
Nominate Fry.
Catastrophe.
Correct. Which writer and actor won in 2013 for the black comedy Hunderby, a parody of period dramas in which she plays a sinister housekeeper? She's also the creator of Camping and Nighty Night.
Nominate Fry.
Julia Davies.
Correct. And finally, which screenwriter won his 5th BAFTA in 2014 for his work on the IT Crowd, following previous successes with Black Books and Father Ted?
Nominate Fry.
Graham Linehan.
Correct. Right, 10 points for this starter question. What country of origin links the following artists? Anna Boch, Cindy Wright, Pierre Alachinsky, Constant Permaker, Paul Delvaux, James Ensor and René Magritte.
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Belgium.
Belgium is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses this time are on the novels of Agatha Christie, Teddy Hall. Christie frequently took the titles of her novels from other works of literature. What 2-word title did she give to her crime novel of 1967, taken from lines in William Blake's Auguries of Innocence? Some are born to sweet delight, some are born to...
Something that's going to rhyme with light, something night, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Delight night, perhaps.
Yeah.
Have a punt.
Holy Night.
No, it's Endless Night. First published in 1942, which of Christie's Miss Marple novels takes its title from Fitzgerald's translation of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam and refers to that which, quote, writes and having writ moves on?
The moving finger, I think.
Yeah?
Yes.
The moving finger?
Correct. Also featuring Miss Marple, which novel of 1962 takes its 7-word title from a line in Tennyson's The Lady of Shalott?
7-word title. Not 7.
I don't know.
I am quite sick of shadows said.
No, it's the mirror cracked from side to side. 10 points for this. Every simply connected, closed, three-dimensional mathematical space is topologically equivalent to the three-sphere, which is a generalization of the ordinary sphere to a higher dimension. Which French mathematician gives his...
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Poincaré?
Poincaré is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on Hindu festivals this time, St Edmund Hall. Particularly associated with the temple complex at Puri in India, the Ratha Yatra festival is celebrated by the pulling of chariots carrying idols of Krishna and his siblings. This festival has in turn given rise to which 10-letter word in English?
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut?
Correct. Secondly, the festival of Raksha Bandhan, in which a woman ties a thread around a man's wrist, celebrates which familial relationship?
Just brothers and sisters, just siblings, I don't know.
Siblings?
Specifically?
Brothers and sisters?
Correct, yes. And finally, the festival of Dussehra is often celebrated with a reenactment of which hero's victory over Ravan, the king of Lanka?
Ram.
Rama.
Rama is correct, yes. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you will see a map showing 2 cities. For 10 points, give me the 8-letter name they have in common.
York Bait.
Santiago?
Santiago, Chile, and Santiago de Compostela, Spain is correct. Well done. They're both named after St James, of course. Your picture bonus is 3 more pairs of places, and in each case I need the name of the biblical figure from which both places derive their names. Firstly, for 5 these cities.
No, it's not there. San Jose, is that Costa Rica there? San Jose. Well, which biblical figure though? Won't just be Joseph. Saint Joseph?
It is St Joseph, yes. San Jose, California, and San Jose, Costa Rica. Secondly, these much smaller settlements.
St Michael's Mount. Yeah, St Michael.
It is St Michael's Mount in Cornwall and Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy. And finally, these cities.
St Paul. Okay, St Paul.
Indeed, Minnesota and Sao Paulo. Right. 10 points for this. An Italian popular leader of the 14th century, a medieval German singer and poet, a ghost ship that can never make...
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Richard Wagner?
Correct. Your bonuses are on sport in art. Depicting 4 moustached figures in striped shorts and jerseys, The Football Players is a 1908 painting by which French naive artist, born in 1844?
Henri Rousseau.
Douanier Rousseau is correct, yes. Max Schmidt in A Single Skull is an 1871 painting by which US artist, a prominent exponent of realism. He's also noted for his depictions of surgical theatre.
I don't know.
Surgical theatre. Church.
No, it's Eakins. Seen from the steeplechase, The Fallen Jockey and Racehorses at Longchamp are among the depictions of horse racing by which French artist, born 1834?
Yeah. Yeah?
No, it's not.
It's not Degas, is it?
We can try. I don't think it's Degas.
Degas.
Degas is correct.
Oh.
10 points for this. What 2 letters end the names of all of the following? Firstly, a New Zealand territory north of the Samoan Islands. Secondly, the Pacific Republic that forms the western part of the Caroline Islands. And the capitals of Moldova and the Bahamas.
York Bait.
Oh, Chisinau.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points.
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
AU.
AU is correct, yes. Your bonuses now are on photosynthesis, St Edmund Hall. What letter is used to denote the diagrammatic representation associated with the redox changes of the light reactions of photosynthesis?
Any ideas?
P, maybe?
Sorry?
P? PH?
Do you want to go for it?
Isn't it what you wanted? I don't know.
What about the Kelvin? So could it be like C as in the Kelvin cycle or something?
Do you want to go for that? Or I don't know.
It's
I don't
a
know.
bit of light, but yeah, go for it.
C.
No, it's Z. In nanometers, what is the absorption maximum of photosystem 2?
Absorption. Do you want to just... So just give it a 10...
20.
Yeah, go for it. Have a guess.
20.
No, it's 680. In oxygenic photosynthesis, what substance is the electron donor?
Isn't it like sunlight? No, it's water or
Oxygenic.
CO2.
Oxygen can be the water donor... So the electron pair donor. Yeah.
H2O? Like water?
Yeah, sure.
H2O water?
Correct. 10 points for this. Edmund Grindal and John Whitgift were successive archbishops of Canterbury during the reign of which English monarch? The former archbishop was more conciliatory than the latter towards Puritans.
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Queen Mary?
Anyone like
York
to buzz
Bait.
from York?
Charles I.
No, it's Elizabeth I. 10 points for this. Answer promptly, spell your answer. Spell both the forename and the surname of the US author of the vampire romance series Twilight.
St Edmund Hall, Bresson.
That's Stephanie Meyer, so that makes Stephanie, and then space Meyer.
Nope.
York Boonder.
Do I have to spell the first name as well?
Yes, of course you do.
Stephanie Meyer, Stephanie.
No, that's wrong as well. There's no A in it. Right, 10 points for this starter question. In physics, if the angle of incidence of a ray of light passing from water to air is equal to the critical angle, what is the angle of refraction?
St Edmund Hall, Pisciarodi.
90 degrees.
90 degrees is correct. Your bonuses are on opening lines of noted poems. I need the title of the poem and the poet in each case. From a poem, first published in 1915, let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky like a patient etherized upon a table.
They want the poet and the poem, right?
Okay.
The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot?
Correct. Which poem by which writer begins, I have met them at close of day, coming with vivid faces, from counter or desk among grey 18th century houses?
Easter 1916 by William Butler Yeats.
Correct. Its earlier sections published from 1917, which very long poem by which writer includes the lines, and then went down to the ship, set keel to breakers, forth on the godly seas, and we set up mast and sail on that swart ship.
1917. Oh, yeah, could be. I would have gone for I Must Go Down to Sea Again by Masefield, but I think what you says makes more sense.
Well, I'm not sure.
But I don't know the poem. I don't know the title of that anyway. The Cantos by Ezra Pound?
Correct. Right, time for a music question, I think. For your music starter, you hear the overture to an opera. For 10 points, please name its composer.
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Rossini.
Rossini, it is the Barber of Seville overture, of course. So you get the music bonuses. 2018 marks 150 years since Rossini's death. And for your music bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more of his overtures. In each case, name the opera from which it's taken. Firstly...
The Thieving Magpie.
It is indeed, yes. Secondly...
Something I don't know. Let's go like Tancredi. You can go for Tancredi. I'm not Tancredi?
No, it's Cinderella. And finally...
Yeah. William Tell.
William Tell is correct, yes. 10 points for this. In Gothic architecture, what term denotes a vertical support, usually of stone, between the panes of a window? Substituting the letter M for a B gives a...
York Blanket.
Buttress.
No, I'm afraid you're going to lose 5 points because you interrupted. Substituting the initial letter M for a B gives a word meaning precious metal in the mass. It's a mullion. 10 points for this. Madame de Pompadour and the Sun King are historical biographies by which English writer? Born in 1904, the eldest daughter of the second Lord Redesdale, she achieved literary fame in 1945.
York Blackett.
Nancy Mitford.
Nancy Mitford is correct, yes. These bonuses are on video game designers who've been awarded the BAFTA Fellowship. In each case, identify the person or company from the description. Firstly, the creator of franchises including The Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong and Mario. He was awarded the fellowship in 2010.
The person, though. Nintendo.
No, that's Miyamoto. Secondly, the creator of the Sims franchise. In 2007, he became the first figure in the video game industry to be awarded the fellowship.
No, Maxis is the company that... But do you know the guy? Pass.
That's Will Wright. And finally, the name of the company that's developed games including Bully, Red Dead Redemption and the Grand Theft Auto series. Rockstar is correct, yes. 10 points for this. In which country's national flag consists of 3 horizontal bands whose colours from top to bottom are expressed in the words melatonin, rubella and chrysanthemum?
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
France?
No. York?
York Blackett.
Germany?
Germany is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on medieval biographies, York. Completed in 1374, De Mulieribus Claris, or On Famous Women, is a collection of biographies of historical and mythological women by which Italian writer?
What was the date? 1374. Petrarch?
No, it's Boccaccio. Which French author wrote The Book of the City of Ladies in 1405? It describes an allegorical city populated by women of great renown as a response to their contemporaries', quote, wicked insults about women and their behaviour.
Is that Christine de Pizan?
Correct. And finally, which poet's works include The Legend of Good Women? It presents biographies of 10 notable women in an apology for any offence caused by his earlier work, Troilus and Cresside.
Chaucer?
Chaucer is correct. OK, another starter question. Trader in Quill Pens and Christmas are possible translations of the surnames of which 2 tennis players, both born in the 1980s and noted for a long-established rivalry?
York Bait.
Federer and Nadal?
Correct. Right, these bonuses are on enzyme inhibition. In each case, name the type of inhibition from the description. Firstly, the type of inhibition that occurs when a molecule similar to the substrate binds to the enzyme's active site, thereby preventing binding of the actual substrate.
Antagonism?
No, it's competitive inhibition. Secondly, the inhibition that occurs when a small molecule binds to an enzyme at a site other than the active site. This changes the enzyme's shape and prevents the substrate from binding to the active site.
Indirect inhibition?
No, it's allosteric inhibition. And finally, the inhibition in which a product of a biochemical pathway suppresses the activity of an enzyme within the same pathway.
The Clackers phenomenon.
No, that's feedback inhibition. 10 points for this. Name any one of the 3 Mughal emperors, in addition to Akbar the Great, who reigned during the 17th century.
St Edmund Hall, Picharodi.
Aurangzeb?
That's correct, yes. The others are Jahangir and Shah Jahan. So we're going to take a set of bonuses for you now, St Edmund Hall. They're on plants of the parsley family. In each case, give the common name from the description. Firstly, Conium maculatum. By tradition, this was the cause of death of the philosopher Socrates. A single-word answer is sufficient.
Hemlock. Yeah. Hemlock?
Hemlock is right. Pastinaca sativa, cultivated since ancient times for its tapering, edible root.
So pastinaca are like the white carrots? What are like the white carrots things? Okay, pastinaca in German are like white carroty things. Is that what a horseradish is? Yeah. Horseradish?
No, it is another similar thing. It's a parsnip.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And finally, Appium graveolens, one of the principal ingredients of a Waldorf salad.
Waldorf is like... Wait, well, Waldorf is like...
It's with the nuts.
What's the thing that has like a big root? Celery,
turnip,
right?
what?
Celery isn't Waldorf. It's celery root, but it has a big root at the bottom, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Celery?
Celery is correct. We're going to take another picture round for you. A picture starter. You're going to see a painting. 10 points if you can identify the artist.
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Caravaggio.
It is Caravaggio, yes. It's his Supper at Emmaus. It was given to the National Gallery in 1839 after it was deemed unfashionable and failed to sell at auction. Your picture bonuses are 3 more Old Master paintings that failed to sell at auction. Name the artist in each case. Firstly, the painter of this work. In 2010, it failed to sell with a pre-sale estimate of 15 to 20 million pounds.
It looks like Poussin.
Like who?
It looks like Poussin, but I'm
Yeah,
not
do you think?
sure.
I don't think so, because the trees are too different. I was thinking like Bronzino or some light like
No,
that.
it's not Bronzino.
No, okay.
No, goodness.
Might as well guess it. Poussin?
It is Poussin, yes.
Oh, nice.
Secondly, name this German painter. In 2006, this work had a pre-sale estimate of 2 to 3 million pounds.
Oh. Is it a Holbein, maybe?
No, I don't think so. This is too natural.
Other than that kind of thing.
Could be Dürer.
Yeah, it could be something by Dürer. It looks a bit atypical, but it's okay. Dürer.
No, it was Hans Holbein the Younger. And finally, this painter, the work was donated to the Rijksmuseum after it failed to sell in 1921.
This is
Vermeer.
the Hoch.
This
I
is
think,
Vermeer.
isn't? Are you sure it's not the Hoch?
No,
like
this
the
is
student-
Vermeer.
Yeah?
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Sure. Vermeer?
It is Vermeer, you're right.
Nice. Good job.
10 points for this. Name 2 of the 3 forces, in addition to weight, that act upon a powered aircraft in straight and level unaccelerated flight.
York Palazzo.
Thrust and lift.
That's correct. The other one is drag, of course. Right, your bonuses this time are on Latin terminology, York. In each case, give the 2-word Latin term for the description. All 3 answers begin with the same letter. Firstly, a 2-word term meaning let the buyer beware.
I think it's caveat emptor.
Caveat emptor.
Correct. Secondly, a 2-word term meaning a pretext or public justification for going to war.
Casus belli.
Correct. Finally, a 2-word term meaning for the benefit of whom or who stands to gain.
Qui bono.
Cui bono is correct. 10 points for this. Who took 17 years to complete a poem written on the death of his close friend Arthur Hallam?
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Tennyson.
Tennyson is right. Your bonuses are on politics and social science. In each case, give the single word that completes these titles. All 3 answers end in the letters ISM. Firstly, Karl Popper's 1957 work, The Poverty of What?
Historicism? I think it's the poverty of historicism.
Is it?
Historicism?
Correct. Secondly, published in 2005, John Ralston Saul's work, The Collapse of What?
I don't know, communism?
Nations? I don't know. Oh,
Could be capitalism.
Maybe capitalism.
It's capitalism or communism,
It
probably.
makes sense when you're flying.
Capitalism.
No, it's globalism. And finally, A.C. Grayling's 2013 work, The God Argument, the case against religion and for what?
Atheism, surely.
Atheism, yeah.
Atheism?
No, it's humanism. 10 points for this. Every film should have a beginning, a middle and an end, but not necessarily in that order. Which director said that? Born in 1930, his films include My Life to Live, Alphaville and Breathless.
St Edmund Hall, Leo.
Oh, Jean-Luc Godard.
Correct. Your bonuses this time are on the boroughs of New York City, St Edmund Hall. Known until 1975 as the Borough of Richmond, which New York borough hosted a peace conference in September 1776 during the American Revolutionary War?
Is it, yeah, is it?
Staten Island?
Yeah. Let's go with Queens. Queens?
No, it was Staten Island.
Oh.
Named after a merchant who settled in the area in the 17th century, which of New York's boroughs is the most northerly?
Most northerly
I think it
is...
would be Brooklyn, because that's a Dutch name.
No, because the Bronx is... Is the Bronx not northerly?
Oh,
Is the Bronx like the thing on top?
Brooklyn is
It's
here.
Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, right?
Yeah, so you
Bronx? The Bronx?
Correct. Which of New York's boroughs is the most densely populated? It gives its name to a cocktail of whiskey, sweet vermouth and bitters.
Manhattan?
Manhattan is right. 10 points for this. In medicine, the degenerative condition synechia affects which organ of the body?
York Palazzo.
The neuron.
No. Anyone like to bust from St Edmund Hall?
St Edmund Hall Fry.
The liver?
No, it's the eye. 10 points for this. From 1800, Gottfried von Swieten, Moritz von Fries and briefly Napoleon Bonaparte were among the dedicatees of symphonies by...
St Edmund Hall Leo.
Beethoven?
By Beethoven is correct. You get 3 bonuses on the human skeleton, St Edmund Hall. What collective name denotes the small independent bones developed in tendons in the human body?
What are these called? Like a lunate or something? Like a lunate or something? I don't know. I think that's wrong.
The smallest one, was it?
The small ones and tendons.
Come on, let's have it, please.
Lunate.
No, it's sesamoids. What is the largest sesamoid bone in the human body?
Oh, sternum maybe or something? I don't know. No idea. Sternum?
No, it's the kneecap, the patella. Free-floating but not a sesamoid bone, the hyoid is the only bone in the human body with no articulation with other bones. What does it anchor?
What is it? Anchor?
The tongue, is it?
No, the esophagus probably, right?
Okay.
Esophagus?
No, it anchors the tongue.
Sorry.
10 points for this. The national anthem, the Waldo moment, and San Junipero.
York Palazzo.
Black Mirror.
Correct. Your bonuses are on African countries that share borders with only 2 other countries, for example, Tunisia. In each case, name the country from its neighbours. Firstly, Liberia and Guinea.
Sierra Leone.
Correct. Secondly, Cameroon and Gabon.
Equatorial Guinea.
Correct. Finally, South Africa and Mozambique.
Swaziland.
Correct. 10 points for this. Yell and Unst are the second and third largest islands of about 100.
York Bait.
Outer Hebrides?
No, you lose 5 points, forming which archipelago?
St Edmund Hall Fry.
The Shetland Islands?
Correct. Your bonuses this time are on prominent people. In each case, name the unique full decade during which the following were all alive. Firstly, Jane Austen, Johann Nepomuk Hummel, Marie Antoinette and at the gong, York University have 105, St Edmund Hall, Oxford have 240. Well, bad luck, York. You were up against very strong opposition tonight, but thank you very much for taking part. St Edmund Hall, terrific performance. We'll look forward to seeing you again in the next stage of the competition. Thank you for joining us. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match. But until then, it's goodbye from York University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from St Edmund Hall, Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.